Welcome to another video. This time we're going to do something slightly different. We're going to jump to the defense of the second best English speaking country in the Southern Hemisphere. That is, of course, Australia. If you're not familiar with a content creator called Sunday Roast, take a look at my earlier video where I reviewed their video on how an American will never be able to fit into New Zealand. Well, they've done it again. This time, their target is Australia, with an interestingly titled new video called 20 Reasons Why a Westerner Will Never Fit in Australia. Now, the first thing that springs to mind, of course, is the fact that Australia is actually considered a Western nation. Anyway, let's jump right into this video to see what they've got to say about Australia and why a quote-unquote Westerner won't be able to fit in. Let's take a look.
20 reasons why a Westerner will never fit in Australia. 1. The lingo can be baffling. Aussies shorten all the words. Afternoon is Arvo, and McDonald's is Macca's. Language is quicker but more confusing. 2.
Language is quicker but more confusing. I think they mean to say they speak fast in Australia. Well, they kind of do. And shortening words down, surely that just makes things a lot easier. I mean, we say Macca's here in New Zealand as well for McDonald's. It's all about efficiency. Who's got time to say McDonald's? Well, here we go. Number 2, the Outback is massive. Yes, it is.
The Outback is massive. Many visitors want to experience the Red Centre, but they underestimate the vast distances. Pack plenty of water and fuel. When heading into the bush, a broken down car can result in heat exhaustion or worse. 3.
I mean, that's just sound logical advice, really. If you are driving out into the Outback, yeah, take plenty of water. You break down in the middle of the Outback, you're dead. But I don't see what that's got to do with a person trying to fit into society there. Anyway, this will be a good one. No one dresses up fancy. Well, it's kind of true.
1 dresses up fancy. Most Aussies keep clothing casual. You'll rarely spot a suit and tie.
What about the office workers?
Flip-flops, board shorts, and
Pretty sure they
bikinis
call
are
them
standard
thongs.
kit. 4. The seasons are reversed.
Oh my
Winter
god,
falls
the seasons are reversed. Winter falls in June and August, like New Zealand it does too. But then again, many parts of Australia don't even have seasons. Up north, that is.
in June, August. So expect a Christmas full of beach days and barbecues.
And what's wrong
5.
with that?
The coffee culture is next level. Ordering just a coffee will get
Next level coffee seems like a good thing to me.
you a flat white, not a brewed coffee.
Oh, the flat white argument. Just like the whole Pavlova situation, which country invented it first, Australia or New Zealand? There's a lot of arguments about the flat white. Did it start in New Zealand? Did it start in Australia? Who really cares? I don't really drink a lot of coffee.
6. Driving is on the left.
It is on the left.
Everyone in Australia keeps left, whether on sidewalks, roads, or stairs. 7. The night
I never really thought about that, but of course we drive on the left here in New Zealand too, and I suppose if you drive on the right as well, when you're walking down the street or up a staircase or escalator or whatever you do, yeah, you tend to stick to the side that you drive on, don't you? Anyway, not that interesting.
life starts early. Many bars and clubs get cranking by 7 or 8 p.m. Dinner
Cranking by
reservations
7 or
before
8
6 p.m. are rare.
Who eats dinner before 6 p.m? Well, apart from my grandparents. And the bars and clubs cranking at 7 or 8? No. I think they're confusing pubs with clubs. I mean, that's certainly the situation here in New Zealand. We don't really have clubs per se. We just have bars that might have a dance floor if you're lucky. But come on, I know places like Sydney and Melbourne have got some pretty big nightclubs. They are not cranking at 7 or 8 p.m. with everybody going home for a cup of tea by 12 a.m.
8. The cities are small by American standards.
So?
The skylines don't reach the heavens,
And
but there's still plenty to see and
that's
do.
a bad thing.
9. Walking around barefoot is normal. Wandering about in bare feet is standard practice. Even
If a so-called Westerner coming to Australia can't handle walking in barefoot, they'd probably die if they came here to New Zealand. Not uncommon to see people shopping in the supermarket barefoot. I suppose if you live in the warmer parts of Australia, at least, it's pretty common over there too.
in some shops and cafes. 10. Sunscreen is a must. With the ozone hole hovering nearby, the Australian sun is harsh.
This is true. We have this problem in this part of the world. No ozone means if you're a pasty white fella like myself, you're going to burn up pretty quickly.
So don't leave home without slathering on sunscreen. 11.
Just
The wildlife
good advice
requires
again.
caution. There are deadly snakes, huge crocs, and spiders the size of your hand. But
There are, and I feel like the world outside of Australia really plays this up. There are dangerous animals all over Australia, but I mean, living in the suburbs is like anywhere else, really. But hey, what do I know? Here in New Zealand, about the most dangerous animals we've got are rams and goats.
But they mostly keep their distance if you keep yours. 12. Avocados are expensive. Smashed avo on
Heavens
toast
above.
is an obsession.
Avocados are expensive. Oh, this whole smashed avo on toast. What did he just say? He just called it smashed avo on toast. Interesting pronunciation. But yeah, I don't see how that's going to be a deal breaker for that long list of people trying to migrate into Australia at the moment. Expensive avocados. Who knew?
Here. An $18 salad is normal once avocado gets added. 13.
Yeah, sounds a little bit like New
Bargaining
Zealand, really. Salads, just cafe food in general, is crazy expensive. And I've heard it's even worse in Australia. Oh, this is a good one. Bargaining isn't common.
isn't common. Handling prices at markets or stores is rare. The price tag is usually the firm's selling rate. Some wiggle room exists on big-ticket items.
Yeah, now you see, as someone from a, like we said before, Western country like New Zealand, or Australia in this case, who doesn't like haggling, is very uncomfortable at the thought of having to question people about the price of goods and services. I think this is actually a good thing. I like to know exactly what I need to pay when I'm buying something. New Zealand and Australia in this case are Western countries, and I'd say in most Western countries we don't haggle, we don't bargain. It's not the Middle East, it's not Southeast Asia.
But don't expect deep discounts. 14. Sports talk is endless. Whether it's cricket,
Endless sports
rugby,
talk.
netball,
Not such a
or
bad
Aussie
thing.
rules.
What did he just say? Netball. AI voices, they've got a long way to go.
Expect impassioned chatter about local teams. 15. Thongs are footwear, not underwear. Avoid
They are. I don't know why that would discourage anyone from visiting Australia or prevent someone from fitting in.
confusion by saying sandals, not thongs, if that's not what you mean. 16.
But I do think it is a little bit weird how Australians call them thongs, though. But yeah, Australians are a weird bunch.
The mosquitoes are ruthless.
Ruthless
Bug
mosquitoes.
spray and nets are your best friends in Australia.
Yeah, good advice
17. Aussies shorten all the names. Sean becomes Sheno. David is Davo. And Benjamin is Benno. Good luck keeping up with who's who. But
Oh, good luck with that. Shortening names. Again, all about efficiency. But do they really? Do they really just chuck an O on the end of a name? Let me try it. Hi, my name's Brendan O. But yeah, they say play along. I don't know. Try sticking an O on the end of your name. What do you get?
play along by introducing yourself with an O added for authenticity. 18. Holiday time off is
What?
mandatory. Employees get 4 weeks of annual leave, plus sick days and long service leave. Work-life balance is valued,
Yeah,
so
good.
vacation time is enforced.
Enforced? Really? Hey, Australians watching this, is this actually true? Is your paid holiday actually enforced? I need to ask my brother. He's living in Melbourne. I just can't see how that works. You know what it's like when you put in a leave request with your manager? They usually say, oh, well, we're pretty busy at that time, so I don't know, a lot of teeth sucking, etc., etc. Enforced vacation time? Again, Aussies, if you're watching, tell me all about that. I really want to know if that's true or not. I've got my doubts. Oh, portion sizes.
19. Portion sizes rival America. Unlike in Europe,
say not
bigger is
quite.
considered better here.
American
So be
portions
prepared
are
for mega-sized
ridiculously
steak
huge.
cuts and piled high burgers. 20. Cursing is common lingo.
Ah, yes.
Australians have a colorful vocabulary when
Don't
it
they
comes to
just?
friendly banter. Calling someone a bloody galah is fairly benign. Responding with bugger off isn't meant as hostile. F-bombs are also common.
They do have a bit of a potty mouth, don't they? Ah, the old galah, flaming galah, or silly galah, my nan would call us. My nan wasn't even Australian, she'd call us galahs. What's up with that?
But nobody gets offended by a bit of coarse language between mates.
And nor should they. Well, that was it. That was the Sunday roast of Australia and 20 reasons why a Westerner will never fit in Australia. I've got to say, and it's not that I look at the Sunday roasters page very often, but the more I see their content, the more I realize that all of their content seems to be AI generated. I mean, it's just nonsense. And boy, do they just keep pumping this stuff out. I mean, one video I'm really looking forward to watching after this is Ben Affleck could be contemplating his next tattoo already. I don't know about you, but this looks terribly exciting. But yeah, what did you make of that? Are you a Westerner? Are you a Westerner who's tried to fit in Australia? Do you think they're coming down too hard on Australia? Should we as New Zealanders leap to their defence? Australia might be our number one brackets friendly enemy, but if anyone's going to bash them, I feel like no one else is allowed to do that. I'd love to hear from some Australians on this. Tell me what you think in the comments section below. Anyway, thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next one.